Hello and welcome back to another episode of Live Coding. It is still me, Anton Zinoev. This is still my channel. I finally get back from the week-long vacation. Still trying to remember how to make the programming stuff. But still. Today we are continuing live developing of time-related packages. So last time we, mostly finished, in terms of functionality, last time I finished duration formatter and parser. Today, I guess, I will make the relative time point parser. So this is stuff that's somehow similar to time picker. Well, you could have seen such functionality within the within Grafana. They have quite handy time picker when you can put the now dash like some amount, some duration, and it will form the timestamp for you. So such behavior I will do today on the stream. So less talking, more coding. So this is the repo of package from the last time. As far as I do remember, yes, I'm not able to see the github.github folder. Therefore, last time I haven't configured GitHub Actions, and I think in order to save some time I will do it a bit later. But for today, I guess I will make new repo. I don't know. It could be time point. To be fair, this is one of few stuff that I'm completely unable to come up with the name. I'm not sure whether it should be like relative time point, just time point, what. I'm not able. Not yet, at least. So, license MIT from the get-go. Git ignore, don't need it. README will be required later. And for this, I guess we can make the time. So relative time point parser for JS. Create repo while, there is not much of a code, therefore it made almost instantaneously. So let's do the let's do the github.com, my username, and clone the repo, which we will be working today. And launch the PHP store. Well, let's make it a bit bigger. Huh. Oh, god damn it. It opened the whole folder that contains my own repos. But we don't need this one. We need the time point. Yep. This one. Okay. Actually, it tends to... No, undock. It does remember this stuff. I think I will copy almost everything from the repo with durations. Therefore, actually, I will do it from the console. So I don't want the CD, I want CP from the upper directory. Oh, actually everything except the git. Well, I don't want to fiddle with the... I don't want to fiddle with the command for now. So we will copy everything except yarn log. So during my vacation, this time, during my vacation, it was like a so-called staycation. I haven't go anywhere, stayed at home and fiddle around with my open source packages that are related to React hooks. Override for all. So I managed to... Let me showcase it. Maybe. Just a bit. Just to pose a bit. So you may or may not know that I'm a founder of React hooks, the package containing like various React hooks, all-purpose package, and quite some time I did config for ESLint that I use within the most projects that I developed since then. And one of the packages that I did, and I did improve it last week, is deep-equal. It is a deep comparator for JavaScript that compares like two variables of anything. By the moment of development, it was like the fastest, but recently it lost the title. Well, I've improved that stuff, and it is again the fastest one. So in case you will be needing at a job, at your work, or at your pet projects to deeply compare anything, objects, arrays, typed arrays, maps, whatever, it is there. But I strongly recommend you to test performance. If you are like performance bound and you are interested in how it will behave on your datasets, I'm strongly I do advise to check on your own datasets. So, and back to the agenda of today's stream. So, the source code will be obviously different. Actually, as far as I do remember, I did update it, but not for the latest. So we will be needing the formatter at the point when I will configure the GitHub actions, GitHub actions. And ESLint config, almost latest one. So let's grab our dependencies. While it is installing, I want to check one thing. So the src is here, the coverage is not configured, and I don't need the browser testing, therefore there is not a lot of things to configure. Npm ignore, lint stage at rc, otherwise I think it is almost completely correct. Cannot resolve symbol. You liar. Actually, prettier. I do have... Oh no, I disabled the plugin. Okay. So in the latest release of the config, previously I've been using the prettier for code formatting. For now, it was integrated with linter, but I changed it. That somehow changed my mind because prettier was quite hard to like. Sometimes it wanted stuff formatted as it wants it, but it is almost impossible to disable it. So because it was integrated both with the editor via plugins and standalone configuration, and it was included into the configuration of the ESLint, it was hard to disable because you would be disabling two things. You would have to disable ESLint itself and the prettier. So this is the example. What it is. I guess I haven't updated it. So yarn dlx npm check. I'm using this tool in order to update the packages. No, there are no updates. Then it is even weird. No. Yay! Cache, you have updated. Finally. So, before we will start the re-implementation of the stuff that I did previously, I guess we have to peek at Grafana documentation regarding the time points that they offer. As far as I do remember, it is like the Grafana time filter time range in Grafana. Nope. They had pretty time filter and pane name. It is community, Grafana.com, add variables. Okay, so this is like the docs and time filter. Nope. I think I had to search it prior to the stream, but not on the stream. Use dashboards. Maybe it is here. Yay, here it is. So the not keyboard shortcuts, this one. So they do have their own periods. So they have like the month, the quarters, and the years. I guess they are somehow logged. For example, for a month, I guess they are counting it like as 30 days, and quarter is like 3 months, and the year is 365 days. I suppose it is like that, but I'm not completely sure by now. So they do have the relative syntax that is served both for like the start point and the end point, which is handy because this way you can like store it in query parameters, and it will always be relative to the moment that you are looking at graphics, for example. It can be used in several other stuff. We use it in some monitoring systems of our own. So one of the interesting things they do have are like the rounds, or how do they call it? Interesting. Yeah, like the full period of units. So for example, you have now, which is like this moment. For me, it is like 1725. But in case I will do like now dash D, it will be the day so far as they are calling it. But it is the rounding of now by the amount of days. So for example, in case it is like the from, it will be the rounding downwards towards the start of the day. In case it is to, it will be the end of the day. And and also operations, basic operations. So minus something, or maybe plus something in case some way you will be needing it. So here they have the presets. We're not interested. We are interested today. We're interested only in the functionality that will parse this one now minus like 5 minutes, for example. They also have like the absolute timestamps that are like date syntax, but like not the one that is provided by date object in JavaScript in any way. So we have kind of specification for this. And let's get down to work. So I already did the durations in previous package, but I didn't do the publishing of it, so I'm not able to import it. Therefore, I guess we will re-implement or just straight up copy the durations. Therefore, we have to jump back to my GitHub. And, oh, no, not this one. My profile, repositories. Duration FMT. And the durations itself. So, for this parsing, we don't need like the precedence of units in any way. We only need the amount of milliseconds for that case, because our library, in order to be aligned with the JavaScript itself, it will return amount of milliseconds, as anything in JavaScript time-related returns usually. Well, usually, yes. Milliseconds. Therefore, we will just copy this. Yeah. TypeScript. Durations. And it is regular stuff. So, we are having the month, the year. So for our applications, we don't need the quarter. As for first implementations, I don't think that I will do like extendability. So I will not make the duration periods extensible for that matter. Because I don't know why. Just because it is simpler. But export const duration as record string to number. And it is so. Regarding the most important part is like the parsing. We're making the parse file. We also making the TypeScript file, which will be called parse.test. TypeScript is added automatically. Well, there is no need to make the describe, because there is the only function that will be tested in this file. But what? But nothing. So, function parse obviously should take the input and return not the string, but number, which would be the amount of milliseconds. So for now, as a stub, it will be 0. So, as I said, regarding the position of... Where is... Regarding the position of formatter, we also need the way to say like, okay, in this field, I would like values to be rounded down. And in this field, I would like values to be rounded up. So for this, it would be floor. For this, it will be seal. And maybe you don't... Well, you will have to provide the rounding function overall. Interesting. So let's define the... Actually, there is no need to define the type. I will just describe it as like round fn, which will be of type like a v number that returns the number, and that's it. And also what? So last time I did the implementation, which was like the rough and only for the cases of some products, I did the normalization functionality that returned not only the timestamp itself, but also like the normalized value and So I guess it should be like parse relative time point in time, I guess it is okay-ish name. The result of this function will be numbered anyways. Okay. So our input can be of several possible values. So it can be now minus like 1 day. It also actually be like this way. It will be like equal writings of the same stuff. It can be now plus 1 day. It can be now with the rounding up to like days or any other supported duration. It can be now like then the operation, so like this is like the relative part, which can also be rounded up, I guess. Actually, how would it work? I'm not able to recall. Relative time range, relative 30 minutes. No, not this time. So in case the rounding applied after, for example, this one, previous month. So previous month will be now minus 1 month. So this one will be rounded down in case it is from field. And this one will be rounded up to the month that turned out after this stuff. Actually, they could call... okay. Okay, then. In case we would apply the rounding before the division, or not division, subtraction, then now minus 1 month will point to different time points. So these are different. Okay. And for example, like 25 hours rounded up to days. So in the end, it consists of the word now, then maybe the spacing symbol, or we can make it more strict and not handling any spaces in here. It will be like more space consuming and more predictable, I would say. So it can be minus or plus regarding the operation. Then goes, maybe goes. So this is like the whole part. It either included completely, so it can be minus or plus, then decimal part, and then some letters that should describe the duration. So actually, I think I don't see any other way to solve this, not to say problem, but problem. Okay, to solve this problem, except then regular expressions. Therefore, regex it is. Pum 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 pum. Relative time point Rx. And it should be... Close, very close. I would say Copilot did not the great, but fine job. So we want to describe the start and the end of the string. As said, the now is obligatory point part. Then goes optional minus or plus. So this will be the decimal part of this segment. Then goes dash D. Therefore, we are only matching the decimal units. So I guess today the backlight was put not the best way. Constantly shines to the camera. But nonetheless. So the decimal part, plus minus and nothing else. Therefore, if we will try to... actually, I will write tests in advance. So these functions should be exported and parse relative time point. So actually, we will be needing the describe from the vtest runner. And relative time point. Inside goes the function, and we will use the table tests as usual. I do love them quite a lot. For such stuff, it is great. So the name will be string input, well, args, should be the parameters from type of this function, which would be array. And the third is want, not want, want, and we want the number. Actually, it should be return type of the said function. And here goes the array, here goes the first object. Name would be now. Round will be, for the base cases, will be like floor. Want 0. Actually, there is the problem with this stuff. We will somehow have to test. Why? What's wrong? Expected 3 arguments, but got 1. Well, actually, yes. I don't give a damn about the name. Here goes the name. So, back to our stuff. Arguments would be now. This one is the floor. And it is because it is the tests of the time. Time will move each time we pass it. Therefore, it is quite hard to test this functionality. Actually, I would go to not here, but here, like we test freeze time. This one. Mocking. How do I freeze the time? Okay. So, sometimes you need the control. Vitest uses Synon GOL. I used Synon several times before. You find more about the specific API detailed here, but overall, I guess they are before each test VI use fake timers, and after test VI use real timers. This is true because. So I guess it will require me to install the fake timers, but I do this. And also, what will I do next? So I will have to. Oh shit! Actually, before each use fake timers, I guess I will have to like vi set system time would be what is today 2024 12:13 time will be like 17:43 with seconds. Okay, let it be like 10 seconds. I guess it is fine. So this one okay, this one okay, and this one okay. Therefore, as far as I understood it right, before each test, it will set the system time to this time point. So, in this case, I will call it like const now, whatever. It is the same, it is the same. So, now it is, and for here, I want now get time, which returns, yeah, milliseconds. Well, almost Unix timestamp milli. So I won't expect import it from vtest. It is parse relative time point args to be want. Ta-da! Boom, boom, boom. So we have our first test. We have to the best, I always say to everyone whom I work with and who I mentor sometime and etc., the best way for development is iterative development. So make these small steps and develop the way and understanding of the stuff you are doing, you're trying to develop, trying to code. Therefore, like the first step is try to parse now, even without the all other stuff. So in case now we can do this. We can do this. Const match input match. Yes, I guess. Actually, I would like to reverse it. It will be like the exec on input For some reason, I do like it more, although as far as I do remember, they're similar. But still. So, if not match, can it be? Yeah, it is either the null or array-like stuff regarding the regexes match. And in case the input is invalid relative time point, and then we show the input. Is it correct? I guess yes. But since we can pass the cause, which can be like any error or any arbitrary information that may help you to debug this stuff. First of all, cause is accessible to like anyone who will try to catch this error. First of all. Second of all, it is unchanged regarding the input, and therefore the user of the developer that will catch up this error will be able to somehow handle log or like send to sentry or whatever without trying to like strip this one and try to cut out the initial input. So for us, this global one is 0, this one is 1. But I guess we are first of all setting the so result for now should be date now. Dante. Date now. So we already having the result. It should not be the constant because we will at least transform it. But not yet. So let's try if I was right, and I was not. Invalid relative input. What's wrong? Why? If doesn't match. Oh, this one is optional. It may or may not be present. Therefore, I just made a mistake with the regex. So this one is correct. Then the thing that I want to try is like subtracting 1 millisecond. Therefore, regarding the syntax, it will be like -1 ms. And now we have to introduce our next step, and this is the parsing of durations. So duration itself consists of 2 parts. First, I already wrote it. So the outer group can be non-catching. But it should be, because all the digits have to be specified with the unit of this digit. Therefore, we already described the digit, and then should be the group, capturing group. Should it? I guess yes. So it should be next group that describes every unit that we do support, and we do support all this stuff. And we will write it with alternating syntax. So this is like a logical OR. Month, year. And hopefully by this point, yeah, 1 one parent missing. So we have our result. Regarding the match, we have the, I would call it offset, I guess. So because like this is like the base point, which should be including the rounding layer. But so this is the base, this is like the operation. Oh, actually, oh no, actually if I will do like basic integer parse, it will account for minus and plus. And as it is like the only symbols that allowed here, it should parse fine. Therefore, we are having, this is the whole match. I'm not interested in it. So offset duration and offset unit. So 0, non-capturing, first, and this one is second. So first, second. Let's try to see if I am right. And I am not. -1 ms. What's wrong? Actually, let's address the... Let's address the regex 101. Switch to JavaScript, and here is our regex. So now -1 ms. Actually, it is parsed. What's wrong? I am surprised, but not in a good way. So the test itself is written fine because it is like get time -1 millisecond, which is correct. But offset duration and duration units are undefined. That is quite sad. Let's see what's wrong overall. So it parses only now. Why? What's wrong? Oh, no, it should not get effect. Have effect. Invalid relative time point. No, it is not global because it matches the end and the start of the string. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. So first of all, I have to set the M. Actually, no, I don't want, because in case I will put M and there will be like multiple lines. M means like it can match several times within the same string. So it is not the case for us. It may be insensitive, but still. What's wrong? Here it is okay with this. And here, obviously some problems. I'm stupid. God damn it. So, okay. I've put the name, but didn't put the argument itself. Actually, I don't need the name here because I have this. Args. Well, just like this. And the name is not a mandatory argument anymore. And now I just will have the proper names for each input. It will be self-documenting because it is put in the arguments values into the test name. So we are having the -1 and the millisecond, and I guess this one should be fine. We could use the parsings, but there is no sense for it because I am sure that the input of this part and like the value of this part is like plus minus and like the decimal part. Therefore, if I will do like some dirty JavaScript related stuff and make the +1 or just plus, where is it? This, it should transform it to number. So now I'm having the number. Duration unit for this matter should be checked against the supported durations. This means that if duration, wait, why durations? Well, okay. Therefore, I have to rename the file duration because it exports the duration singular. So, duration and duration unit equals undefined, therefore it is not supported. I am throwing an error, invalid duration unit. Well, yeah, it is invalid. And duration unit is inside. Actually, in order to make the error more readable, I might use the value within the string and make the interpolation here. But still, I will give the original data through the cause property of the error. And invalid duration unit undefined. Oh, so we actually have to check if offset duration not equal undefined and duration unit not equals undefined. It should be strict comparison. Therefore, I will add one more equal sign. If this, we are doing all this stuff because it should be done only. So the result is the let one. So we are simply doing plus equal offset duration. It will trip about like the string cannot be assigned to number, but it is not exactly true because of this. And it magically works. But it magically works, but with the duration. It will only work with the milliseconds, because if I will add the second, literally add second, it should be plus 1000. Well, we can use duration ms. Here should be duration s. And it will fail, because for now it doesn't account for the duration unit and therefore does not adjust this stuff. For that case, we are taking the duration offset mul, meaning multiplier, equals this. In case this variable equals undefined, we are not happy with it, but otherwise we are just doing this stuff. And now it works. Do I have a coffee? Yes. So now we have like the basic functionality for parsing relative time points, disregarding the rounding. For now, we can, or should we? No, we should not. So we have to put this thing somehow to automate it with the durations. For that case, I would say that I will make the dynamic regular expression definition supported duration units. Yes. And also it has to be in actually no, it is fine. Because regarding the case, it can be in capturing or non-capturing group, therefore we're leaving out only this. We don't have any modifiers for this case. So my idea here with not having the regular expression modifiers and not having and not anyhow handling on my side the case insensitivity and etc. I rely on the developer that he will like lowercase it itself, himself, whatever. Well, that's it. So here I have to do like regex. The string will be the same, but I won't have the slashes. This one goes to supported duration units. This, why I do it through the variable and interpolation, because I will have to have this several more times. So now, as we are having, as in the syntax of rounding, I would say like rounding down for this case, because at first I will rely to the from, which is like floor, therefore rounding down. So here is rounding down of current timestamp, not the result of subtraction or sum, but for now itself. Then, in order to support this, I have to make the capturing group. Where is the question mark? I will have to do the capturing group, and now I have to provide all the same units again. Then, unnecessary non-capturing group. No, it is necessary because it is optional. What do you offer? No! It is because I did it wrong. Now it is not optional. And the same group applies to all the expression. So now our groups shifted. Now we have the first capturing group, which will be like now rounding. So now rounding. I don't like the. Well, okay. Rounding. This one is rounding of now group. Then goes offset duration as it was before, then goes duration unit, and then goes expression rounding. This means that for this situation, now slash 1 week, we should have what? We do have duration week. And we have to make the integer division. And for this, how would I do it better? I guess there is no strict way. Huh. So it should be this way. So I do divide it. Then I have to apply rounding, because in case it is from, it should be floor, and therefore math floor should be applied to this one. Therefore it is math floor. And then I multiply it back to duration week. Therefore, we will have, like, for this one should be like the start of the current week regarding the time of the point of time we're requesting it. So in case it would work, it should be this, but it would not work now. But it should parse at least. So in case now rounding is not undefined, so if not rounding is not undefined, now rounding multiplier, invalid duration unit, now rounding. Actually, it is pretty correct. And this goes result. What I don't like is the error that it proposed. It is not duration. So invalid rounding unit. And after this addition, our test should be, well, it is not. Oh, no, wait. Why 1 week? Should it have decimals? Should it have decimals? No, because it is only the rounding to the unit that we can provide. Therefore, it is not 1 week, but week. And that's it. Actually, what was wrong here? Invalid relative time point. Oh, so it didn't match the regular expression at all. Therefore, the whole string is incorrect. It is okay. It is correct. So now this one works. The next stuff that I want to check is, well, not only check, but now minus 5 days, for example, and then round 2 weeks. This time it should be like this. Now dot get time minus 5 multiplied by duration day, then divide by week, floor, and multiply by week. This one will not work yet, just yet. But what I can test now is seal. In case I want it is simply this. So The only thing that doesn't work for now is the thing that I haven't programmed yet. And this is also correct. So in case expression rounding is not undefined, therefore it is defined, obviously. It is optional, so everything is fine by now. We are trying to find rounding multiplier. Actually, we can shorten the variable name to just multiplier everywhere, because it is the scoped variable. It can be quite short for this case. Expression rounding multiplier equals undefined, then we are throwing an error. Expression rounding, we're showing the original. And round fn request mul multiply by mul. So we are taking whole the result, and it should work, and it does. And great. And it works. Obviously. In order to check the whole logic of this stuff. So for our let's also try to round up to months, and I would say like minus 25 days. Supposedly we will get to past month. Actually minus 25 should be, well, not all the time it will be true, but still it should be start of the month. We know exact date. I mean, this one moves all the time, but it is not. But I can surely calculate the date that it should refer to. Then, in case now is like 13th December of 2024, minus 25 days would be, and rounded down to month, it should be, get time, it should be 1st November 0000, and here also. Am I right? I'm not. Expected none. What? Oh, okay. Sorry. So, I did a mistake somewhere. Now, minus 25 days will be November. And rounded down to months, it should be, it must be 1st November. Expected 173, actual this. What it is, I do not remember if it shows the date. No, it is not. So we can use the Unix timestamp. This one. Convert, and it displays that there is an error. It shows 13th November. So it So rounding is not applied. Why is that? So I will have to like redo this stuff. Because the start point is fixed, I can and I will redo this stuff. Get time. For this case, it will be the same. For this case, now minus 1 millisecond. I don't want to do this one. So it should be minus 1 second. Therefore, it should be 0.9 plus, for example, 5 seconds. It should be 15. Round down to weeks. It should be, what is it? Today's Friday, therefore it should be 9th of December, start of the day. Therefore, it is 09000000. Is it right? It is. And oh, there is interesting and quite annoying stuff. Okay, no, not exactly. Round up 2 weeks doesn't mean that it will round up. Okay, this is why there is like the. I guess this is why there is a differences. Is it? I wonder why though it came out like the 13th. So what I'm thinking now that we're making simple stuff. We are dividing the amount of seconds, milliseconds, and it counts like the amount of weeks or whatever the unit is that passed since 1970, from the beginning of the Unix timestamp. And it doesn't account for the leap years and Februaries and etc. etc. So which obviously, when saying like round up to months, I would expect it to like, oh shit, it is not so easy. But this one is, yeah, I'm not completely sure why does it. Seventeen, 16, 22. 17, 16, 22. And here 1733. So seconds and minutes differ. God damn it. So as for now. Huh. I don't know how to solve it, like the easier way. If you want to display the full period of the unit, day, week, months, etc., append time unit to the end. To view fiscal period, use FQ. Well, not interested in this one. Blue separator forward time relative to now. For example, you can use the following table. So, obviously, this month from now rounded to months to now rounded to months, obviously, I guess, should round up to this exact month starting from the first day of the month 00 in terms of time. But what I did now was counting by 30 days. Oh, shit. Oh, it is so bad. Even if it is somehow easy, I would say, with months, it is like hell of a hard stuff regarding the weeks. Wow. This is this is exactly one of the hardest and most stupidly hard stuffs that overall exists. Like dealing with the time and time zones and the time periods. The second of one of the most annoying stuffs are like translations and internationalization. God damn it. Shit. This is awful. So I guess at this point it will be maybe easier to somehow find the sources for the Grafana's library and maybe to pick what they do have there. Do they have like milliseconds? No, they have only seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, quarters, years. Actually, I guess they somehow fall back for this notation of the date because, well, only except for the weeks, which is like relative. Do we have like the week in date? So in case now, there are no weeks. Oh, yeah, there are get day. My instructions return the day of the week. Yeah, so you can somehow handle it. Can I make like the set day? Huh. Go fuck yourself, says it. So no, if you do know the current day in the week, you can adjust to it. So I guess they are somehow, as I said, somehow falling back to like this notation. So for example, they parse now to this one, like adjusting the relative part exactly the way we're doing now. And then all the, on top of this logic with the minus and plus, which is relatively simple, all the roundings are performed after so for example, in case like it is rounding for the weeks, which is the hardest and most annoying of these ones, they are using like the get day. So it is like the floor, the seal. And they must have somewhere, for example, let's just fiddle out with this. So it would be not the way that I expected, but so let's do it on the bottom. So the type would be like duration adjuster, date. Why not? So it is the date. They can take like now and then do the basic logic. Okay, maybe it is like that. So duration adjuster is like thing that takes date and returns date. They so it should be something like duration adjuster record. Here should be like the unit, and here should be the object of up. Well, it also the record with keys, rather up or down, and the adjuster itself. So it takes all the duration units, which these. Obviously, milliseconds will have to go away for this part. It is possible to add them with like this stuff, but I will consider it later off the screen. So each of them having the object of up. So let it be at the beginning, let it be the function that returns date itself. And the comma after all this stuff. Okay. Next will be duration adjuster. So, for example, in case we want adjust seconds to the whole second, we can, because like it is supported unit. Therefore, we have to like date set seconds set. Actually, we can do the milliseconds. Yeah, it changes the milliseconds of the date according to local time. So either it is, so in case it is downward adjustment, we are setting the millisecond for this case. So milliseconds goes to 0, then it goes like y. What do you return? You return number. Changes the in milliseconds value is none. Then what does it return? Changes the date object in place and returns its new timestamp. Okay. So in case milliseconds was like, for this case, seconds was like 25. In case I would say like it is, in case it is downward, it should set milliseconds to just set milliseconds and seconds to 0. In case it is upward, we should do the same, but also increase the upper unit. So for example, if we're upward rounding the seconds, therefore seconds and milliseconds goes to 0 and minutes go up for 1. At least this is the idea. And I guess this is the reason of one bug that we do have, and we have it reported. Huh? Oh. Okay then. At least I did. Oh, actually, do they support this? So you, what if I am saying like now, like the first day of the month would be like now rounded to like month and +1, so it will be always the first day of current month. It makes sense. So obviously the roundings and adjustments have to be applied both for the whole for the whole expression and for the first part also. Yeah, so for example, this one, start time now rounded to days +8 hours, so it will be first like 8 a.m, but it starts at 8 a.m. instead of 12. Yeah, 2 days so far. To the periodic start time, copy and paste time range. Well, okay, so copying and pasting is obvious. They're storing the time range in query as it is in user input. But I wonder, did I do so bad research and they do not provide it as an open source library? Shit. Oh no, it means like applicable to open source editions. Okay. I thought it was that bad. I guess I will have to research it a bit more off the stream and come back later. So we have like 25 minutes left before I have to go. And I guess today's stream will be not so efficient and successful as previous ones, because we are ending it defeated in some way. So I will try to figure out how to make it in the most efficient way. And I guess this is it for now. Thank you for those few who was watching this stream so far. And I guess I will see you next week on the Tuesday, 17th December. Same time. You know where to find me. And for today, this is it. Have a nice day. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube channel if you are watching on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to Twitch if you are watching on Twitch. All previous translations are available on YouTube and also on Twitch, but not for all the time, but for the time Twitch allows. Also, in case you are Russian speaking, you're free to subscribe to Telegram channel. All links down below in the description. Again, thank you. Have a nice weekend. And bye. See you next week. Bye-bye.